How's it going, everyone? Again, I just want to talk about the narcissist. You know, in the beginning, like you were, of course you were loyal to them, you provided for them, you supported them, you gave them a place to stay, you financially supported them, you were like their emotional punching bag, you validated the illusion. You're like their life support. It's like they were hooked up to you. They're like your best friend and you trusted them. And so they love bombed you, they gave you the false character, and then they used you, abused you, indoctrinated and brainwashed you. Because they've got an insatiable need for power and control. Insatiable needs that can't ever be fulfilled. So the narc is just like a mimicking parasite that lives in a fantasy. They just want to take. They just copy you and steal from you. They need you to feel good and feel like they exist. They're unable to perceive someone as an external and separate individual. It's like they can't even see us. So they create avatars in their mind. They continue to interact with these avatars because the narc lives in a fantasy and is like all delusional. They just treat people as objects to be used and abused. And the narc's just looking to trap their victims in a shared fantasy, to get their victims addicted to them through this hot and cold, pleasure and pain, up and down. The narc's like insecure and deflects the truth because they got this fear of abandonment, and the narc is all insecure, full of shame and envy, and they need you to believe in the false character to achieve their objectives. They're like self-seeking. They're only looking to individuate from their mother, who abused them in childhood. They were neglected. And the narc has this black and white thinking. It's like either all good or it's all bad. And the narc filters out information. And if it doesn't conform to the fantasy, then they just treat it as low priority. So they've got this black and white thinking, is that you're either all good or all bad. And there's like no grey area. It's like they just want to dominate your life. So they just come into your life and just to like rob you and just steal from you and just take everything. And then when they can't manipulate you anymore, when they start to see that they can't get away with the things that they used to get away with, they start to catch on because they've got this cognitive, or like got this cold empathy. It's like they're able to like sort of perceive. They're able to see, like read your emotions, but they don't feel your emotions because they don't. They're real predatory. And because they can perceive your emotions, but they don't feel them, so they're not affected by it. So they can do all this crazy stuff, manipulations, and gaslight you, and blame shift and guilt trip you. But it's just to get more of a stronghold in your life, so they can just enslave you. And so they just take you deeper into the rabbit hole, and you just get stuck in it because you become trauma bonded. You become trauma bonded to them. And then you got this cognitive dissonance where it's like you keep thinking of the person that, they've made themselves out to be this fake character, and you're going back and forth between this toxic character, this person that is like abusing you and stuff like that, and this other character that's like, you know, the false character that's like being all nice and trying to, you know, put on like this fake front, you know, that they've got their best interest for you and stuff like that. They've got the best interest in their heart for you, so you just got this conflicting thing going on. And because you're addicted, you feel like you have to like return. It's like you feel like you have to return to your to the abuser when it's just an addiction. You're thinking like it's love and stuff like that, but really it's just, you're just addicted to the abuser. And you're thinking, well, this is the only person that can like take away the pain, because it's like they're the ones that created it in the first place. So it's just this vicious cycle. And it's like they're shame-based, so they're just like, you know, they rage out and they're just full of shame and envy, because they're envious of us because, you know, we have love, we have, you know, the effective empathy, we're able to connect with others. It's like, you know, they're not able to, you know, to connect with others. They're not able to feel what we feel. You know, they can't share in that experience. You know, they can't share in our experience and stuff. It's like they're so delusional. And yeah, it's just like they've got all this, you know, rage, hate and bitterness and like envy. You know, it's that they're envious of us because we've got all these things. You know, we've got all these beautiful qualities, but yeah, it's like they just weaponize it against us. And yeah, but when they start to see that you're catching on to their lies and stuff like that, that's when they start to say, well, I've got to jump ship, I've got to get onto another supply or whatever, I've got to, you know, because they need to be, you know, have validation, and like they need to be around people, they need to have, you know, people around them to, you know, support them and stuff like that, and to like validate their illusion. Because, you know, if they don't have people around them to do that sort of thing, support them and everything, they, you know, they feel like they don't even exist, you know. And it's like, that's where they get their like hits of like feeling good and stuff, because people like say, oh, you know, you did that good or whatever like that. You know, people that might not be, you know, aware of what's going on. Yeah, they just go on and they just use people, and they just get other people around them, you know, they're flying monkeys and stuff like that, to like validate them as well. But they're just like, everyone around them, it's just a pawn on a chessboard. It's just like they're just being used as well, you know. But yeah, this is how it is. This is how it is with narcissists. But it's just crazy to think that like some people, like, you know, like narcissists, like they don't have love. Like I was just thinking about that today. I was like, well, like, you know, to not have love, you know, to not being able to give love, be able to love someone, and to be able to receive love. Like, I mean, man, that's like, in life, it's just like so, you know, it's like an integral thing, or the most important, you know, one of the most important things in life, like to have love, you know what I mean? Like, and then they don't have the empathy, you know, they lack the empathy, so they don't have the effective empathy, so they're not able to like connect with us, not being able to connect with anyone. Like, just think that's pretty sad. It's really sad. Like, and yeah, in the beginning and stuff like that, you know, they portray like they've got love and they've got empathy, and they were able to connect with us, but really they were just mirroring back to us, like what we've got, you know, who we are, our qualities and virtues and things like that. They were just mirroring that back to us. It's just crazy. So it's like essentially like we fell in love with ourselves. So it really makes you think like, whoa, we must be like pretty awesome people, man. Like, we're awesome people, like. But like, yeah, the narc saw that and took advantage of that, yeah. So yeah, that's why we've got to be aware of like red flags, got to be aware of what's going on, you know, when we come into contact, you know, with people and stuff like that, you know. Just be like worded up about all that, because, you know, just for safety, obviously, especially when you've gone through narcissistic abuse, you know, like, you know, I think, or even if you haven't, you know, like, I mean, it's just generally just for everyone, like, just to be aware of, you know, what goes on, like who these people are, and, you know, the tricks that they use, you know, so we don't get caught up, you know, in this enmeshment that they try to get us entangled in, this entanglement, you know, for their own, you know, for their own sick sort of benefit. But anyway, I just thought I'd make a video here and share it with all of you guys and that. Thanks to everyone that's subscribed to my channel so far, and hope everyone out there's having an awesome day or night, whatever you're doing out there. So peace and love to all the empaths and everyone out there. We'll catch you on another video. Peace out.